Yes, it's a beautiful Saturday evening, and as usual, every 6 p.m. on Saturday is Girl Vibes time. So today we are going to vibe on another level, and today being the last day of the month of October, which is the breast cancer awareness month, I have with me two beautiful ladies that we are going to talk about how to support people with breast cancer, how to care about them. And my name is Mercy B, the Akunfi Princess. We are streaming live on Facebook at ETV Ghana. So there, if you've supported anyone, if you have any comments, you can leave it right there until we get to five. But before that, don't forget we'll be feeding you with the beauty tips today. Can't get see at Donko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. So make sure you stay and be interactive with us on Facebook at ETV Ghana. We'll be back after this short break to vibe, and I'll introduce to you my guest. Welcome back. So you're watching Girl Vibes live on ETV Ghana. We also streaming live on Facebook at ETV Ghana. Now, and that's quite last day or last Saturday in October. No, you wrap up on the breast cancer awareness month. And I have with me two beautiful, amazing ladies on my set. One happens to be a model and an activist as well. Now, ehuna style baby, patrol offer camera into the mom. Aha, Jessica, that's her name, and she's so beautiful. I also have with me another amazing lady, and I know she's going to share with us some beautiful touching stories today. She's also an activist, and her name is Martina. Now, Martina, no, the way of spelling, no, it's not your Islamic way of spelling Martina. I didn't know until, I spotted his. Marty, Akwaba.
Thank you.
Bibi Ashekula. Yetangamiasi. Dimple Kakra, Star Baby. No one so much. Jesse, Akwaba.
Thank you.
Don't do this. You're a Ghanaian. But I hope everything is okay with you.
Yeah, everything is fine.
Into make Akwaba into a response.
Major also.
Just say I or Ghana, men get them. Are you not a Ghanaian?
I am.
Oh, don't do that. 100% Ghanaian?
Yes,
Then
please.
please don't do that.
Okay.
In fact, Akwaba, but for the crowd, they understand Akwaba, so it's so surprising anyway. But it's fine. We are talking about various ways to support breast cancer. And I know you are a model and an activist as well. Can you tell us more about yourself, before we even get into the vibes proper?
All right. Good evening to your viewers. I'm Jessica Pina, a model, a student. Should I even say semi-degree holder? Because I have 3 days to complete school.
Oh, wow.
So, am I still a student anyway?
Congratulations. I think that's what I have to say to you there.
So, a semi-degree holder.
Okay.
And a model of Stars Model Agency and
Okay.
an entrepreneur as well. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And you're beautiful too. Maybe you can add that to your profile. So plus. And Mati, can we know more about you too?
Martina Najama Odoi, my
Okay.
government name. Also a student of Ghana Institute of Journalism, level 300.
Great.
And I am an activist for youth, especially women. So I like championing activities that have women in the center.
Okay.
And one is breast cancer awareness. Yeah, thank you.
Breast cancer awareness. Why that decision? Why did you decide to support people with breast cancer?
Okay, so my motivation is my mom.
Your
Or
mom.
let me see the story of my mom. So my mom was diagnosed about 11 or 12 years ago.
Wow.
And the journey, what I saw her going through, the chemo, the hospital, the process, it was not beautiful. So I realized that this is something I'd want to champion if I had the platform, if I had the funds, if I had the opportunity
Okay.
to be able to touch a life or two, especially after she lost her life to breast cancer.
She lost her
I-
life?
Yes, actually.
Oh, sorry.
So I always say that my mom is my motivation, and hopefully that it doesn't happen to another person's mom.
So sorry. Sorry about that. But is it that she didn't see it early, or what happened? Was her breast cut? Did she go under the knife for surgery and it still didn't work out?
Okay, so like I said, about 12 years ago, my mom spotted what they called a pimple
Okay.
around her nipple area, the black region around the nipple.
Okay.
And I think if you and you think it's normal.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was very young at that time too, so she thought it was normal. After a time, it burst open, and then it started becoming like a sore.
Wow.
That is what before she realized that, okay, let's see And she was a very
doctor.
busy person. So I think she will not give like a second look to
Yeah.
something like that because you don't know that it can happen to you.
Yeah.
And when she went to the hospital, I think it was almost too late because they did not take off the whole breast at that point. They just took out the lump
Yeah.
and said that it was okay. But she has to go for periodic scans to make sure that it's not back or if it's back before they know what it was. And after a year, I think it came back. By that time, they had to take the whole breast off.
Both
And then-
of them?
No, just one, the
Okay.
right one. And then they said she was fine. But after 2 years, it came again, and that time there was nothing.
It took
that
her
could be
life.
done. Exactly. So it's, I think, the prompt action
Okay.
because we didn't detect it early. So if you see most of the breast care campaigns are early detection
Yeah.
and prompt action. So yeah.
So sad a story to lose your mom at this age and to breast cancer. I understand. I feel there's more, you will have to do. We'll talk more. Let me also come to my model. Jessie, being a model, why that decision to support people with breast cancer?
Okay, being a model doesn't necessarily mean if you're a model, you're only for the runway
Okay.
or even the fashion industry. But then you are a figure that people look up to.
Yeah.
So I have to impact or do things that society will look up to me and then make sure I impact society positively. So these are some of the things I sit down and see and say, okay, what are some of the things as a model, aside from my fashion sense,
Yeah.
what can I also do to impact society?
Okay.
So she's my friend, and most of the things she does, I feel motivated.
Okay.
And I feel like if I'm a lady like her, why don't I support her? Why don't I just go out with her for us to
Okay.
do something to impact society?
Okay.
So I feel like this breast cancer awareness is something that I love to help her do. And then I'm also a lady, a woman as well. I have a family. I'm part of the society. So when I'm able to do this, and then the messages and then the motivations we put out there, people will watch, our friends will listen to us, and also go home to educate their family. So those are the things that motivated me to join her as well.
That's great. That's a good friend anyway. So talking about the community or the society, do you think the society or community do have a role to play when it comes to supporting people with breast cancer, Jessie?
The society have a role to play because the society is where we come from. We are made up of society. So everything that starts from we personally, after us, it goes into the society.
Okay.
So the society, in a way, needs to stand in it, like just to help us, because breast cancer is something very fatal, crucial, and sensitive. So the victims need love and affection from the society. So those are the basic things that society should provide to these victims. And without the society support, it's not going to help. So these are some of the basic things society could provide and then help victims from breast cancer.
That's great. Mati, now talking about your, I don't know whether you're an NGO community now that I know Jessica is now supporting. Do you have a whole team supporting you or just Jessica supporting you in doing that?
Okay, so I have an organization.
Okay.
I call the Jalila Kui Foundation. That's my mom's name. I
Wow.
named it after my mom. And we work in partnership with other organizations like
Okay.
Breast Care International and Peace and Love Hospitals because we agree that we are a startup. And then they are the bigger ones and they have the donors and the
Yeah,
funds and they can help.
Yeah.
So we are an organization and my friends help as volunteers when we are going out to the field. But when it comes to where we want to reach a bigger brand, when they want to support us with funding and all
Yeah.
of that, we write to big organizations like Breast Care International and then they are ready to support.
Okay. So this year, what did you do for them?
This year we went for the walk
Okay.
with Breast Care International in Tepa.
Okay.
That's after Ashanti region. And there we do sensitization.
Oh, you went that far?
Yes.
Oh,
please.
that's great.
So we went with Breast Care International and Peace and Love. So they provide buses and
Okay.
all of the accommodation for everyone being from Accra to that side. We have talks on breast care.
Okay.
And then we have free screening. And then we come back to Accra. And then in our campus, we had a talk too for the student body.
Yeah, I
and then
heard that
free
one.
screening too for the student
Yeah.
body. So
I
that's what
actually
we
heard
did
that one and I was planning to come, but I think I had something came into court, so I can do. Sorry, I
Thanks.
promise next year,
It's a
no
thought,
matter
it's
what.
a thought that matters.
Yeah,
Thank you very
next
much.
year, I promise.
Yeah, so that's what we did this year for
Yeah.
breast care awareness. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how has this team been? How long has it been as a team? For how long now? How many years?
For about 8 years.
8 years.
So yes.
Wow.
So when the hospital that my mom was going to, Peace and Love Hospital, they had is it a branch, a little group they called Survivor Babies Association.
Okay.
So that's children of the survivors or the victims,
Okay.
whether dead or alive. If you were a
Okay.
child and then you are interested, you can be part of the organization so that you
Okay.
can help them
Okay.
spread the word. So I joined that first, and then I really was motivated by that. Okay, so Breast Care International just didn't want to stop at maybe the older people, and because they feel like we are also a part of. So from there, I was like, okay, I can also have my small organizations where
Yeah.
I can meet people that I know front and front, my friends, my family, my cousins, campus, and all of that. So that's where about 8 years ago I decided to take this initiative. So every year we have. So one thing I am very keen on is I don't want to wait until October
Okay.
before we make noise for breast cancer.
Okay.
I agree that it's the pink October. It's where everybody wants to make noise
Sure.
and free screening.
Sure.
But I also sometimes realize that most people wait until October,
October.
and then it might be too late.
Yeah.
So we just try and have periodic sensitization
Okay.
around so people can check. Because at least, I don't know for other hospitals, but Peace and Love Hospital is free screening across the year.
Okay.
It's not only in October. So if
Okay.
you find your way there, you can have free screening. If you have
The whole
something,
year?
the
It's
whole
free.
year, yes. Because they agree that treatment is quite expensive. So when they see it early, rather, it will save both you and them a lot of work.
Okay.
So then when it comes to October, then we have like a big program, whether it's sensitization, a big one, mass one.
For
But
everyone
across
to
the year,
come.
we have activities going on.
Oh, that's great. Thanks to them.
Yeah.
In terms of the supporting. Jesse, I know when it comes to supporting people with breast cancer, there are a lot of things that I think they would need. But what are some of the things that when you get close to them, you hear them, trying to tell you that they need as a support for them?
Honestly, I've never witnessed or experienced or seen someone suffering from that. I've
Okay.
heard,
Okay.
but I've never experienced. But what I think basically person or a victim will need is just love, care, and support. For example, most of these people, they are vulnerable in such a way that when they are going through that, they can't go to work,
Yeah.
they can't earn money, so they need financial support. So if they're home without people to support them financially, they are not able to get money. So first of all, financial support, and also care and love from the families and then society. So these are some of the things I think they need the most, because they need people to help them feed, they need people to help them do the house chores, wash, and do other things. If they have kids, they need people to come help them take care of the kids. So these are some of the things I think they need the most. But the
Okay.
financial support is the most important
Important
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
And Marty, then it's a whole lot of job. Have you been able to support them, first of all, financially? Because we know the money, the love, I know it's easy to give because with somebody who has experienced it, let's say from a motherly side, of your mother, suffering it. So definitely you automatically have this love for people with it. Now, let's come to the finances. Have you been able to,
Yes.
support
Yes,
them?
yes. So with Peace and Love Hospital, our patients, not maybe just a walk-in,
Okay.
but if you are a breast care patient with us,
Okay.
we have subsidized prices for you because we understand that the economy is not going so well and then that the treatments are expensive. So yes, we have
Okay.
subsidized prices and sometimes free. Depends on if the doctor deems that your case is serious or stuff like that. So yeah, we
Okay.
do give.
Okay. So how often do you meet them?
So so we have two hospitals, one in Accra and one in Kumasi.
Okay.
Accra is Spintex and Kumasi is Odium. So Mondays, Dr. Wiafe, she comes to Accra Mondays, every Monday. So we have clinic days for Mondays in Accra and the clinic days in Kumasi. Apart from that, you can still walk in and see other doctors. But for she and then us, the volunteers, it's just one day in Accra and one day in Kumasi every week.
Okay. And what about the people that are not under your care? People people that are not in the hospital that you belong to. In what ways do you do to support them?
Okay, so we allow people to reach out,
Okay.
especially in October. We have a lot of people reaching out for partnerships, for talks and screening.
Okay.
We have churches, we have schools, we have organizations, companies, etc. So we give that partnership availability that you can partner with us. We can give sometimes shirts like what we are wearing.
Okay.
We can give accommodation if it has to be 2 or 3 days and all of that. So that's what I think we have given so far. Because if I don't see you, I won't know the kind of help you need from me.
Okay.
So if they come, we are ready to help.
Do you have support from the government?
At the moment, no.
Why?
That is a very intimate topic.
Have you
But
tried?
I think
You know,
yes.
have
I
you
think
tried?
yes. I think our doctors are working around how the government can add
Okay.
breast care patients to the LEAP project.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of the LEAP project.
Yes.
It's the one that is helping the aged and then the people like
Yes.
that. So we are trying to see if they can add those
Yeah.
people to the LEAP project.
Yeah.
So apart from that, till now, I don't think the National Health Insurance Scheme covers breast cancer.
Not at all.
Exactly. So our health system is not built to support cancer patients at the moment. No, please.
Okay, Jessie, being a model, let me ask you from that point. Being a model, is there any way? Have you ever thought of maybe having a show on a runway to maybe exhibit something, or in that way get to talk to people? People love fashion, ladies especially. We love to see people like you, the models. Have you ever thought of doing something like that in order to get attention, to talk about people about breast cancer?
Honestly, I've never.
It
thought
hasn't
of-
crossed yet.
It doesn't come in mind. But then most of the fashion products we exhibit or
Yeah.
we showcase,
Okay.
and then in Africa, for example, our weather is different from how the Western weather is. So when you come to Africa, we have the sun is very high here.
Okay.
So most of the clothing we wear and most of the fabrics we wear sometimes doesn't really suit the weather conditions. So most of the fashion products we showcase on runway, it shows that, or we tell them how to wear them and when they should wear them. So for example, during rainy days or sunny days, rainy days, I mean, you need to wear something that probably will show, or something that is light to let ventilation really come into your body. So when it's sunny days too, you have to cover up, because our skin, if you open up your skin, or if you like let the sun get to your skin,
Yeah.
it's going to have a negative effect on your skin. So those are some of the things we showcase. But then as to just have a talk on the runway, or maybe programs
Yeah, I
that
think that would
models
be
are going
nice.
to talk about that
It will attract a whole
to
lot of
other
people.
females or people, letting them know about breast cancer is something that, or maybe yet to come, but not.
Yeah, I think you
I
can
don't
plan
know.
with Martina, because she's been nodding all through. Marty, what do you think about it?
Yes, I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, we can find an artistic
Yes.
way, because we
Yeah.
all know how some of them lose their breasts, some of them lose maybe just a lump.
Yeah,
So we
because
can find a
sometimes
way.
you see
and
someone wearing some funny dress, and all in the name of fashion,
Yeah.
you see that part of their skin is darker, part of their skin is kind of different shades,
Okay.
and their skin are prone to the sun. We, though Africans, we are privileged to have the melanin skin,
Yeah.
but it's not good for us to always opening our skin to the
Expose
sun.
it.
Yeah, so it's always good to cover up when, as to, like, the kind of dresses or fabrics you should attach to your body, and probably the kind of skincare product, cosmetics like perfumes and maybe pomade, because we don't really need the hydroquine ingredients in most of our pomade, but
Yeah.
here, because we just want to look like them, we keep using cosmetic with such,
Yeah.
which is very bad.
Yeah, with
So
the
some of these
bleaching
things-
creams, I remember one of
Yeah,
our
it's not
midwife
good.
spoke about it,
Yeah.
that it's not good for the breast. And then if we could, we have to even use the shea butter,
butter,
and some
yeah.
oil for the breast. I remember
or
very
maybe
well.
essential oils, but anyway.
So
we-
yeah.
I think
we
we
can
we
grab
can
that
talk about it,
opportunity.
yeah.
And I'm here when the time is due. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I wouldn't mind coming to Rock, and then, we all do the education. Anna,
talk about it.
Jessie, I can model too, Anna.
You
I
can,
can.
because you're a plus model.
Yes.
Yeah, plus size model.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
It's
In
not
order to-
modeling is not all about you being silky or slim, skinny. No.
I'll invite you specially so we'll talk about modeling. But, today, just for the fact that we want to support people with breast cancer. Now, let's come to stigmatization. Let me break it down. When it comes to people, body shaming and all that, when it comes to breast cancer, imagine the idea, or having a mindset that you've lost one breast, or even the two, because sometimes it happens. due to breast cancer, and then people get to stigmatize, that kind of way. How do you treat their brain, first of all, as an activist, somebody that get close to them? What do you even have a way of, educating them, or is there a platform that you use to do that education?
So we have the counseling and guidance unit of Peace and Love Hospital.
Okay.
So even before you go under the knife, you are counseled as to how it can go and all of that, and after too. So it's just like mental health. So we take them through how the process would go and how the society. I mean, you and I know the kind of society we are in.
Yeah.
Stigma is stigma. People point fingers to any social
Exactly,
advice, even if they don't have an idea about how it is like. So I think when I mentioned my mom, I forgot to mention my auntie. So my auntie has both of her boobs gone, but she's alive. Yes. So she's the counselor for Peace and Love Hospital, and because I mean she's fit, she has gone through all the processes, the chemo, the radiotherapy. She's lost both boobs, and then she's still alive.
Okay.
So when she's counseling you, you can feel the experience there. You can feel the touching, the passion for what she's doing.
Okay.
So I believe that some of these, I don't want to say all, because we all know that all of us, our levels of understanding is different. So most of these patients are okay. They're able to embrace who they are or who they have become. And I feel like, I mean, if you see some of our breast care pictures, we don't add their faces to it. The ones we used to teach.
Yeah, because I remember my producer, let me not cut you, my producer actually contacted someone and she was like, no, I don't want my face to show on TV. I don't even want my voice to show. I'm like, no. Like, we tried convincing her through it. She was like, no, she's still not going to. So it made me feel like, it's not like they feel very difficult to even voice out, you know, that they have that.
Yes. Because of experiences. Some people's husband leave them because they feel they are no more a full human. Someone used that word.
Okay.
Yes, that
To
she's
that
no
extent?
more full because one breast is gone.
Yeah.
So some of them, because they don't see themselves as enough, then that's how they think people perceive them.
But are they not
right
enough?
now, they are enough. So this is how our counseling is there, to let you know that it's a disease. There's nothing you can do
Exactly.
about it. So we need understanding partners too. So for those who are married, understanding partners.
Yeah.
Like someone like me.
Yeah.
So my boyfriend always reminds me that because it's in my family,
Exactly. There's a
I should not take
possibility.
my periodic checkups for jokes.
Yes.
And this is somebody who understands you, somebody who wants you. That's why he's caring and
Yeah.
making sure that it doesn't get there. And then even if it gets there, that person is there to help you and
Exactly.
support you.
Because he
half the way.
knows what has happened in your
Exactly.
family before.
So sometimes we need, like she was saying, our society is what makes us. So if I want you, I like seeing you every day, and now you point fingers at me, I would feel like not enough anymore.
Yeah.
And then the suicidal rate just keeps going up, because then people feel like then they have to just end all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite touching though, but I think we, the society too, we have a role to play when it comes to all this. Imagine having your wife, losing one breast or the two. You are the one responsible to take care of her and also make her feel complete and okay. But if you turn out to be the one telling her that she's incomplete, she's not human, is that it?
And then you leave her.
It's a whole lot. Yeah, it's a whole lot. And it can even lead to suicide. Just as Martina stated in her comment, in her opinion, and, sharing her story as well. Let's go for a break. When we come back, we get to learn more today on Girl Vibes. I say a big thank you to Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. Yes, they have been sponsoring our beauty tips every single day, and then we really appreciate them. Intimate Patrol Epe Energy Drink na anoma Jessica Echo Runway no the model ne brand Patrol to Adonko Next Level Premium Energy Drink. Martina Echo ye kasa ni nyina na say ahozini bi confirm Patrol to Adonko Next Level Energy Drink. But no what can come Black Label was it gold no. Was actual on next level kama not to be pacho epedodo so na etu na atona for one was 020-489-8698 and at 059-2610-898. Adonko next level premium energy drink, no limit. ono na in the rock stars ni nyina one Ekofi Princess me ge juma na me bra ono bi na me so be no enti my ento a nkomo chocho no do and we are talking about how to support people with breast cancer and Martina is here. She has lost her mom and her auntie is currently, you know, off the two breasts because of breast cancer. And I have a model who happens to be Jessica and a friend of Martina. And she has sacrificed her friendship to, you know, be with her friend as a good friend. Yes, you need to make sacrifices of your time and everything to support each other. And that's what she is doing. And I'm ready to join them. In fact, we will all support. This is a good cause. We need to support. You don't know. I mean, you do not know much of your family people because say it's your family history. That's what being a there's a possibility that one can say. In fact, say your banner pono, bottom, and it is will be ɛyɛ anaghɛ nsusu because of means morte ɛnyɛ abɔkyɛ na ɛkɔkɔrɔ nyimpa na ɛtwe ne bɛn na no nso na akoma atwe ne yam in order for us to live in peace. But talking about the men too, Mati, can they equally lose breast due to breast cancer?
Yes, I think yes, men get breast cancer as well. Yes, but you see, because we have bulging chest and they don't, maybe it will not be evident enough.
Exactly.
Because even for we, the women, after you lose your breast, they give you something that looks like a breast.
Silicone
so you can
and
put
all
it inside
that,
your bra. So if you're outside, nobody knows that. It's only those you are intimate with that get to see that you have lost a body part or not. So yes, the men do get it, but it's not as obvious as ours because if they just take it off, it's just like their chest anyway. So that's how they're able to get away with it and make us feel like they're marginalized. Yeah.
Jesse, at today, so people with breast cancer, not say I'm on for body another day or stigmatizing you. How do you feel?
I feel bad because that could cause a lot of harm to the victim. Because you, for the first place, you are not helping them in any way. So why don't you want to stigmatize them with a small help they are comforting themselves with? So when I hear people stigmatize people with that, it hurts because you might not know what they are going through internally. It's a whole lot. Because it's 50-50 whether they'll survive or they will die. So it's within them, they don't even want to voice it out due to how society might treat them. And with this, it's always hard to see people stigmatize them. And that alone go a long way to let these victims think breast cancer is spiritual. Some people feel it's spiritual caused by some aunties, some old people in their families, which is not so. So when it happens this way, people go to prayer camps, praying for God healing and so many things to herbalists to help them, but it's not so. It is something that when you feel there's something that is not right within your system or your chest, you need to rush to the hospital. But then don't just sit down and feel like it's evil and spiritual for that matter. You are not going to let people know and then think when they come into your case, they are also going to, attract them to the witchcraft to end up chopping all of them in court.
But the doctor, why it's too late because you wasted time thinking.
And that is one thing society don't realize. They feel when you are going through that, you are alone in that basket. But they don't know one day or one way it might get to them or someone or a relative about them, which is bad. Yeah, so it's something we need to stop because you are not offering any kind of help to them and you are rather doing something that will just end their life in a short time. So we have to stop and then society have to, show love because there are so many ways you can help those victims. If you can't help them financially, you could help them by loving them or caring them. Try to find out what they need. And one thing I know it's difficult for these victims to bring it up that this is what I'm going through. But in a way, the little way you could do is just to let the people close to you to get to know about it. Because you can't fight that alone. You don't have the strength to go through all those stress. Maybe you have a partner. Some people don't even tell their partners because they have the fear that they might lose them. And that's true. Yeah, because I read a story, this lady, they were dating and the boyfriend happens to be abroad. So she's been going through this. She doesn't know how to approach or tell the boyfriend. So for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it was hard. They've taken part of one of the breast out. So she was just thinking, and the man was ready, preparing to come, ask her hand in marriage. So when he came, no, a week before the man will come, the lady texted the man that this is what has happened to me. And the man said, okay, you know what? You're still my babe. When I come, we'll get married. So the guy came
And
to
they
Ghana.
got married?
No. The guy came to Ghana, and the guy didn't tell the lady that he was in Ghana, but the lady was aware, thinking maybe he might surprise her in any way. So all she could see about the surprise was wedding pictures on her
You don't mean it.
WhatsApp platform.
With
Yeah,
another lady?
with another lady,
Just because of
just
breast
because
cancer.
of breast cancer. So the question is, if you were the one, would you have told the man or you wouldn't have? So I think these are some of the things that made them hide those kind of situations.
Don't you also think that we need to create a lot of awareness, more education to even the men, you know, especially those that are in relationships, those that are married? Don't you think so, Martina?
I believe that the first point of all this
Yes.
cancer is education. If the man understands
Yes.
that this is survivable, because breast cancer is survivable,
Okay.
Yeah.
especially if you see it early and then if action is taken, it is survivable. Not every patient loses their breast.
Okay.
Not every patient loses both. You can lose one. And so if the man understands that, oh, this is it, this is who I want, this is how what she's going through, you go through with the
Yeah.
person. Because there's a lot of diseases around.
Yeah.
Even HIV patients are getting married.
course.
People have cancers and that. So what is wrong with the breast cancer part? Just because it can take a part of your body away. If you really believe that you love someone, I don't think love is only about being intimate with the person,
Yeah.
but it's understanding and being with the person on every level that is available. So if we make them understand what the disease is with, how it's supposed to do, chemo, radio, everything that a person has to go through, and this person is with you every step of the way, I think it will help us more than what is going on right now, because the percentage of people that break up friendships, relationships, marriages over breast cancer is high. So I feel like if they do understand what it is and how it's going, maybe it will be better. So we have to pump up the education. We have to.
Martina, being an activist, please look through your camera and give some education to the men, okay? In terms of they being in a relationship or being married to people with breast cancer. In fact, being in a relationship with a lady in a car, she being a female is prone to getting it. There's a possibility of her getting it because even you, the man, you can
Yes.
get breast cancer. So please give them some education in order to accept anyone that gets breast cancer. If you love the person, I don't think you have to let the person go.
Yeah.
Due to breast cancer, because if they cut the breast, there will be a silicone. There are a
There's
lot
still
of
live
things that
nodule,
shows
so why-
exactly. I think it's only the nipple that wouldn't come back again.
Yeah.
But you get the foam there, you know, for it to look nice in their dresses.
Yeah.
And is it that they want to touch it that they can't touch it the way?
Maybe.
But can they touch the silicone or
No, they cannot.
they can't touch
They
the
No,
feel like
it's-
you are incomplete.
It's
okay.
removable. It's just when you're going out for
Then
your
you
dress.
fix it.
Yes.
in.
So when
But
you
when
come
you're
back home,
you
you
take
can
it
just
out.
take it off.
Okay. Okay, but please give them some education. Let's learn more.
So
It's
my
very
fellow
important.
men out there, honestly, so mine is from the beginning. If you start dating someone or you're married to someone, don't say you're waiting for the person to get the cancer first. Go with them for their periodic screening.
Yeah.
You too, you can screen because honestly, men get it out there. Your possibility is low, but it could be you. You could be that 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 200. So go with them to the screening. So when you see something early, it is curable.
Yeah.
It can go out. We know that you want to play with the breast, so take care of those breasts so
Exactly.
you can actually like play with them. So we have the self-examination steps. You can go online for it. Go through with it with your partner in front of the mirror. Make sure that everything is fine. If you need to see a doctor, you go. And please understand us. Do not leave us when something happens, because then you are actually worsening the case. It will only move from a breast cancer situation to a mental health situation, because then I'll start feeling, okay, I'm not enough anymore because what he wants on me is not there. Because honestly, from the past, I think love was just not about body. So if you really love my heart, my mind, who I want to be, my personality, I think you stick by me through thick and thin. Because most of the time when you men are not well, maybe yours is not breast cancer, prostate cancer, other
Kidney.
diseases, kidney. These women stick by you.
Exactly.
So why can't it be vice versa? Why can't you reciprocate that feelings for us? Kindly read and pray. Yes, we don't go to a prayer camp because of breast cancer,
Yeah.
but prayer is also needed because God is God.
Okay.
So pray with our women, love us for who we are, and then, I mean, we'll win together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mati. It's so touching. Please, I believe that that makes my wakam the same way. Being a man, wakam. Say, obi or breast cancer. Na say donna mpacho ma odono and some Martina can't go from to or nine. Cordona donna. In fact, obey a catch and odono we not self-examination in a crowd. Obey and as a one casapo to nang and I apoma. Anytime, you know, not frequent checking, I'm check or one of hospital kaka, not doctors no so one examine not was it's very important. If you love me, you need to love me no matter what. But if say one couple and them nang in yabi. And due to that, you know, we'll lose any of the breast patch or still stay because there'll be silicone. They have, I mean, there are a lot of ways that they do to construct breast for the women. Nipples in naninya, and that's them, not Martina, and you may not be able to touch it like the way you used to play. But, you know, it's part of life. Or no, said that the person is incomplete. She's still the woman you met that you loved and still love her. In fact, this is the time that she needs you more. And today being the last Saturday of the month of October, I believe the mass mama catchery, what a welcome upon, and you take this advice and support every human being with breast cancer. Because in being in front of so over too, when you have breast cancer,
Treat them like your family. It could be your sister, so why not? So treat them like I'm your sister.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need to care for them. We are still streaming live on Facebook. Right there, you can leave your comment. In case you have any experiences that you want to share with us, you can leave it right there at ETV Ghana. Now, mekan no in Zambia no following week member. Share na ya atwado. Jessica, where is it? Jessie, you know, I want you to also give a general to the general public any advice to them concerning breast cancer.
Okay. What I could just say to the public is, the victims, society needs breast care education, not only breast care, but awareness, education about breast care awareness, and also we shouldn't just allocate October for the breast care awareness.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have to do it every day or even every month in the year. And again, the government should try as much as possible to do something about this. Invest in our health center. Try to make sure that the National Health Insurance Scheme covers, because these tests or these fatal illness, it's hard to get rid of them. Because we need money, they need money to pay bills, hospital bills, day in and out. Because when they are knocked down with these kind of diseases, it's hard to work and earn money to take care of themselves. So government needs to invest in the, health centers, and then society needs to provide love and affection to these people. And then all of us should help like come together as one and fight these diseases. Yeah.
Thank you, Jessie. Mati, before we even get to our wrap-up time, I want you to share with us, you have experienced it, seeing your mother being a victim of breast cancer. How was it?
So, like I said, I was very young. I still get emotional. So,
How old were you
initially,
then?
Wow, I was
In your teen?
14.
Okay.
It's about 13,
Very
14.
young.
So I did not know fully what breast cancer was at the moment, but I knew that my mom was in pain. The sore around, so because of the sore, she couldn't wear a bra even though she's at home, so you could plainly see it. And I remember I was very curious, and my mom was very close with me, so I could ask her what is wrong with her, and she'd be like, "Oh, it's a sore, it will go. Like she's taking care of it, it will go." And then when she goes to the hospital for days and she's not back, my auntie has to find a cover up for her, like, oh, she's traveled, because she was a very busy woman already. She was also working with the UN and traveling here and there. So we'd be like, oh, she's working, oh, she's working. And then, I knew how energetic my mom was.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
She was mostly always in bed. And she started losing her hair after some time. And my mom had a lot of hair. So the hair could just come off in the combs. And then I didn't know what was going on. And when she had to go under the knife, she did not come home. But when she came home, you could see like the change. What the chemo does to you is a lot. So she told me after 2 years, what exactly was going on. I think I was about 16, so now I could understand a lot of things. So she told me what she was going through, and I'd already lost my dad. So her support system was some family,
Yeah.
and my mom didn't really do a lot of friends, so I don't even remember any other friends around. So it was just some family, and it was just it
And
was
being in your
hard. And I was the
teen.
oldest,
Yeah.
so I had to take on my younger
Oh.
brother so that he doesn't know what's going on because he was too young, and I could actually see my mom crying sometimes. I think maybe those days, and she realizes maybe she's
Oh,
giving up,
goosebumps, my baby.
or she's realizing that who is she going to leave us with. I could just see my mom at dawn, and she'd be crying, and then have to tell my mom that it's okay. Me, 16, telling my mom that it's okay. And when she was going, when like we all knew that this was it,
Yeah.
in the hospital, and it was very bad because she started even losing part of her memory, like she couldn't even
Did she lose her
recognize-
hair?
she
Because
lost
I
all her
know.
hair. My mom lost all her hair, so my auntie actually cut it, and she had like a very down cut now. My mom had like long hair, like your hair now. My mom's
Yeah.
hair was like behind her back, so I even kept some of her hair until like recently. Yeah, she cut it, and so the hospital was
The
very
hair
sad.
process, how is it? Does it remove just like that, or you have to cut it
No,
due
it-
to some pain?
It,
or
it removes actually. So when you're combing your hair, the
Ooh.
comb comes with hair. Like you know, sometimes you,
I
you
know
have
that
just
pain.
little,
Sometimes
little.
even when you braid your hair and you comb and then you see something, you feel like, why
there's
are you
no
not
pain.
seeing it?
Not those
Yeah.
small strands. So
Or it's just
it
like
comes with a
putting
uproot,
a dead-
like it's coming off.
Ooh.
Yes. So instead of you having holes here and there, then you just cut it. But even it's not like you cut it. It comes off. My mom like it took. It's like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So like it's coming off, and I think it's the medicine they put in your system for the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy.
Okay.
That's what results in that. So my mom lost all her hair and so my auntie cut it. And the final days in the hospital, I remember I was writing exams. I was writing my WASI, my final year exams, and we would just go. And my mom couldn't recognize most of the people that she knew.
They told me.
She was losing her memory, like Ember at all. And then I remember I could cry for hours just questioning
You
God
will.
that what is going on. I mean, I lost my dad a long time ago. This is who you have left me with.
Yeah.
Where is she going to? And why is she suffering this much before she goes? Because you could see that she was in a lot of pain. And honestly, like, anytime I talk about it, I just get
Yeah.
emotional. There are some parts that I really cannot say. So I'm sorry, but like, yeah, it was very, very emotional.
It's fine.
And I remember I was going to write social studies, and that's when she passed. It was a Wednesday.
Ooh.
And I was coming back so usually I come back to the hospital, I stay with her, and then the morning my auntie comes, then I go and learn, and I go and write my paper. So I was coming back, and my auntie said, "Oh no, she didn't come. They're taking care of her."
Is she the
Just
same
go straight
auntie that
home."
has it now?
Yes, please. So
Whoa.
she has lost both of her boobs, but she's there. So I just went home, but something just kept hitting me. So the next day, a Thursday, and then I was told that she was not anymore. I know we are Muslims, so the next day they are just burying her and all of that. So it was too much. Honestly, it was too much. So anytime I see those patients, I know that they are going through a lot. They need us, and some of them might not be able to voice it out like Jessica said, but honestly, they really, really need us. Some of them cannot just tell you that, oh, mahaya miya, but like they really need all the support they can get. Sometimes the finance part, yeah, we need the money, but the finance part is even like the last part. Maybe somebody's paying for you to go through all this, but you need somebody
The love and
like,
people that will understand the pain
'cause
you're going
sometimes
through.
you just want to cry. So you need that shoulder, that person who would understand and support you. And then, like, yeah, that's all we need most of the times.
Don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't even let me get into that mood. Mothers are special. So to when does your mom go through this? I mean, you can see goosebumps all over my body. Let's go for a break. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. You're watching Girl Vibes on ETV Ghana, and today we are talking about the support for people with breast cancer. And an Asian Zama Pepe, me pacho, it will be when you have breast cancer. This is the time to support the person, being it financially. If you don't have the finances, please give them the hug, give them the support in terms of touching them, give them a shoulder to lean on. It's very necessary. And if you happen to be a partner of that person, please, I want to hear opa and me pacho na enkwande bi so kra na aboni bi tomatoes for egg de bi na to leaf tomato mix na zaman. This is very necessary. Eco goda leaf tomato mix no ogodu
de guadamana atobi eyo fry in kwan kakra me mun kontom refinism in things agree every weekend yeah leap tomato mix no na mizibi na mezashim na mezaman enti mpacho epe donate to nsa from 050 120 1085 and that's 033 209 5314. Leap tomato mix. Only tomatoes and then suku kama. I'll go. And Jesse, I won't let you go just like that. Okay. I have a product from Onga for you and Martina as well. Mati, Onga say and then say demo by girl vibes it. And before I remember dozamo mokrano. What are your final words? Because the ember no call. And then I get to present to you.
So I'd beseech the young girls out there that we should have the self-examination at least once or twice a week in front of your mirror. You can just go online and text breast self-examination. The steps will come.
Yeah.
Kindly follow it once or twice a week. You should do that. And if you see anything unusual, so one thing our hospital always says is know your breast. So if you know your breast, when something changes, you also realize it. Then you go do it. And then for our patients, some of them don't allow people to also get close.
To touch
allow
them.
the love. And then other people, please love the patients because that is all they need. Okay. And then our government, please help us find a way to add some of the expenses to the National Health Insurance Scheme. And the NGOs out there that are supporting the breast care, we thank you for all the work you've been doing so far and kindly add up. Yeah, so, and thank you too for having us.
You're always welcome.
Because some of these platforms also help people know more about
Exactly.
what is going on and all of
Exactly.
that. If I could add our hospital numbers.
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you.
To Peace and Love Hospitals,
Yes,
right?
Peace
We really
and Love
appreciate
Hospitals. So we have two branches, one in Accra, Spintex, and their number is 0244 099 140. That's Spintex Accra. And then Udium in Kumasi is 0244 145 064. So we have clinic days, but any other day too, you can walk through to ask for Dr. Riafi or any doctors are available, and then they'll be there to
And
listen
it's
to
free.
you. So free screening,
Screening.
yes. So the next steps will let you know how far and how, like, the discounts we have and all of that.
Okay.
Yes.
Jesse, you're going. Your final words.
Okay, I'll urge each and everyone in our society to help care for our breast cancer victims and also to the government, because females, I think the population of females, we are more than the males in Ghana.
Yes.
So we support and then we help in the development of Ghana. So government should do their possible best to invest so much in the health sectors to help get rid of or minimize the rate at which breast cancer is growing in Ghana. If we don't help with the females, we can't be strong enough to help in the development of Ghana. So please, and to the society as well, please avoid the stigmatization. It is not you today, but tomorrow it might be you. Try and love each other. Yeah.
Before you go, Martina, is breast cancer airborne?
No, please.
Because I know there are some people that it's funny when they get close to people with breast cancer, they even fear to get closer to them.
No, please, it's not airborne. It's not transmitted through there. It's somewhat hereditary. So if it's in your family,
Yes.
you can go and check. And also, even if it's not in your family, you can be the first person.
Okay.
Because it's our foods. Yeah, and I wanted to mention that. So some of the help we can give to each other is you can check the food we eat, you can check the oily food and all of that. So if you are dating or you're friends and you want to even help the person from now who does not have it, you can check all these things. Exercise regularly, drink more water, all of those things help minimize the rate at which you can get it or not. We can help that. So yeah, please, it's not airborne. No, please.
You heard from Martina. She has all the experiences. Please, it is not airborne. So Onga says thank you for coming on Girl Vibes.
Thank you.
For you, Martina.
Thank you,
And
Onga.
Jessica, my beautiful model. This is for you from
Thank
Onga.
you,
See,
Onga.
thank you so much for coming on Girl Vibes. I appreciate you. Jessica is a model and activist, and Martina is also an activist and a student as well. And she shared with us her experiences. And on that note, I'll say have a good night. Thank you for watching Girl Vibes. Thanks to my crew, and I love you. Nyamenka Abribia. So the press, please take good care of it. Have a good night. My name is Mercy Bibi, a Kung Fu Princess.